Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for choosing our show today. The debate on the Finance Bill 2024 has reached its penultimate stage. As I speak now, members of parliament are giving their final views. They were given a period to debate on it, and in a little while, they are going to vote on it. The government side is saying that they had listened to the views of Kenyans and they dropped the taxes, the proposed tax on bread, on electronic money transfer, on diapers, on motor vehicle levy. And they're saying that with that, it is enough. They should now just remove the ones that they abandoned and they pass it. But the opposition is saying that there is much more in it, and so this bill must be rejected in totality. Others feel that it must go through radical surgery. Now, I don't know whether you have been monitoring your member of parliament to see him debating, because if your member of parliament is not going to debate, then it means he doesn't even know what he's going to vote for. The members of parliament are supposed to scrutinize that bill. I remember in the Finance Bill 2023, someone was saying that that document is so voluminous that they didn't even vote. They didn't even get time to scrutinize and go through it. And leaders are giving their views. As I told you, the hottest part of hell is reserved to those who want to maintain a position of neutrality during crisis. We're in a crisis, and Kenyans want to know, are you with them or you are standing with the oppressors? Are you with them or you are standing with the Bretton Woods institutions, the IMF and World Bank? Are you with them or you are also sucked up to the ideologies of Meg Whitman and Joe Biden? Now, one such person who decided to break his silence is Gideon Moi, the former senator of Baringo County. And Gideon Moi is also voicing his concerns. It is saying that this bill is punitive. The punitive taxes cannot be allowed and it cannot be forced down our throats. This is what Gideon Moi is saying. If you go to his Twitter handle, he's saying, economic experts agree that Kenya does not face a revenue problem, but an expenditure issue. Increasing taxes in an attempt to address the budget deficit places an unnecessary burden on Kenyans. Therefore, the National Assembly must reject the Finance Bill 2024 in its entirety. The proposed amendments to clauses on the bill prescribing highly unpopular taxation measures have been cancelled out by other equally punitive proposals slipped into the bill. KRA fell short of its projected tax revenues despite aggressive taxation measures introduced by the Finance Bill 2023, indicating that higher tax rates do not necessarily result in higher tax revenue. To achieve economic prosperity, Kenya must prioritize industrialization over taxation to progressively expand the tax base. That is Gideon Moi. And the kind of replies that he got, because I want us to look into Gideon Moi's tweet, but first let me tell you a few replies. Someone is telling Gideon Moi, thank you, brother. However, we can't forget that we are in this situation because your dad robbed us of 24 years of our lives. They're reminding him that Moi, his father, the late president, is part of of our problems for the 25 years that he ruled. Another person is saying, you should return what your father stole from us, buddy. We can't be talking about Finance Bill 2024 while you are scheming to grab KICC from us through KANU. Stop the hypocrisy. They're reminding him because documents showed, or Kanu was claiming KICC to be part of it, and it took the intervention of our courts that ruled that KICC belongs to the government. Another person is saying, thank you for interjecting with us, but we will not allow you back to our political scenes. We are claiming this country. They feel is part of the dynasty also. Your father started all this, Rudisha pesa yetu. Another person is saying, all in all, reject the Finance Bill 2024. And those are just but a few. So people feel that Gideon Moi is part of the problem, it's not part of the solution. But then let me ask you, do we look at Gideon Moi as an individual, or we look at him looking at the family tree? Are you responsible for your father's mistakes? I don't know. This is a debate that we need to really look at, whether we want to sanitize people because we have to look at them as their, in their individual capacity, or we look at the sins that were committed by the family. But Gideon Moi is telling us that experts agree that our problem is not taxation, our problem is not revenue, but it is expenditure. We have always seen the controller of budget complaining about outright wastage in the government. And we have also seen the Auditor General telling us that there are monies that are not accounted for. For example, Kenyans are asking, is it a priority now to renovate State House and state lodges within the country and renovate Gachagwa's office and replace their vehicles? Is it a priority? And I'm saying, is it a priority because I know we have to maintain the offices of our government officials. We have to maintain State House and it has to look good. But is it a priority? Number two, even the money that has been allocated for renovation of such institutions is just too much. It's just too much. We also have information that the offices of the First Lady, the Second Lady, and the Third Lady, if I may call the wife of the Chief Minister, Musalia Mudavadi, they have been allocated money. What for? Because when we voted, I don't think we ever voted for the wives of these government officials. What are they helping us with? And this is why Gideon Moi is saying that our problem has never been revenue. Our problem is expenditure. And so it is very obvious that we have channeled money into areas that are not helping us. Number two, Gideon is saying that when you look at the Finance Bill 2023, we increased taxes on several areas, and we thought that KRA would collect maximum, will do maximum collection. But they are still crying for that they didn't reach their target. Thereby, we can, showing that you can never overtax Kenyans and you think that you are helping the nation. William Ruto once said that in the history of our independence, we have never had a president that would take the bull by its horns, a president that would decide to make hard decisions. Now, these are the hard decisions that he says that now God brought him and sent him to make those hard decisions. And the decisions that he's making are very unpopular. The last thing that Gideon Moi is saying is that they are pretending that they have abandoned or lowered, some taxes in areas, yet they have slipped other punitive taxes. It is like they are robbing Tom to enrich James. And therefore, Gideon is saying that we must reject this. Some people are saying that maybe Gideon Moi wants to plunge himself back into the political scene because for sometimes after Gideon Moi was ousted in the 2022 election, he took a low profile. And the last time I checked, they were working closely with William Samoei Ruto. Now, for him to come out, there's a reason. He might be, looking at coming back to the political scene. Number two, Gideon Moi is a businessman. And by the way, the connection between leaders and 2027, if you have to be re-elected, is quite much pegged in this finance bill. And Kenyans are watching. That's why I'm saying, is your member of parliament debating on it, or are they quiet? And as we said, we do not want to see any member of parliament outside the country for benchmarking or being in the toilet when they will be voting. So Gideon Moi understands that. He's also a businessman, and he understands as they share in their businessman cocoon, or the classes of businessmen, people are crying foul. Investors are running away. They know, because this bill is coming at a time when levies on petroleum products had been increased. There is housing levy. An employer needs to pay some amount to their employees. So all this thing is because Gideon Moi is, as much as a politician, he is also a businessman, and he knows very well that his ambition is pegged on this. He wants to be counted in, because people will ask, where were you? Taxation is part and parcel of our larger discussion. The Gen Z has decided that they are not going to keep quiet, and they are coming in their numbers, and they are telling the government, we are not going to sit back and watch. And you will see most of these politicians talking about it. We have parliamentarians who are rejecting this bill, yet they are fearful. They are afraid of President William Ruto. And so they are divided. They don't want to show. Yet if they were to be given an opportunity to vote, and if they would be assured that when you vote, your name would not come out, no one would know how you voted, they would vote no. It is only that they are afraid. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Gideon Moi has rejected this bill. And I know many other leaders are going to reject this bill. William Ruto is at a fix, because many more leaders are saying, we are not going to allow this. I don't know what to think, but that is my take.